You've been told to cut out lattes to get rich. That is a lie. What if I told you the largest study of millionaires ever found that 1/3 of them never made a six-figure income in any single year? The real rules are different. Today, I'm giving you the 7 evidence-based rules they used, starting with how to avoid the #1 wealth destroyer that cost the average American nearly $10,000 in their first year of ownership. Let's start with the most important rule. Rule number 1, buy assets, not liabilities. This sounds simple, but it's the fundamental principle that separates the wealthy from everyone else. An asset is anything that puts money into your pocket over time. Think of a dividend-paying stock, a rental property, or an investment in a profitable business. A liability is anything that takes money out of your pocket. This includes car loans, credit card debt, and personal loans for things that lose value. The single biggest liability that people mistake for an asset, a status symbol, or even a necessity, is a brand new car. It's the ultimate wealth destroyer, disguised as a reward for hard work. We're conditioned to see a new car as a sign of success, but the numbers tell a brutally different story. According to automotive data firm Edmunds and their 2024 analysis, a new car loses between 15% and 20% of its value in the very first year of ownership. This isn't just an expense like gas or insurance. This is the complete evaporation of your wealth. It's wealth destruction on a massive scale. Let's make this real. Meet Alex. Alex is 29, a talented graphic designer living in Chicago, earning a solid salary of $60,000 a year. After taxes and deductions, Alex's net income is about $3,800 a month. Fixed expenses like rent, student loans, utilities, and groceries come to $3,500 a month. This leaves Alex with just $300 of discretionary income. But Alex feels the pressure. Friends are getting new cars, social media is a constant stream of shiny objects, and the temptation is strong to buy a new $48,000 car. The dealership makes it sound easy, a monthly payment of around $600. The problem is that $600 payment is double Alex's entire discretionary income. It would mean going into debt every month or cutting back on absolute necessities. It's a financial trap. But this is where Alex applies rule number 1. Instead of getting emotional, Alex gets analytical. First, Alex calculates the immediate loss. On that $48,000 car, a 15 to 20% first-year depreciation isn't just a number on a page. It's a guaranteed loss of between $7,200 and $9,600. That is the equivalent of lighting nearly $10,000 on fire the moment you drive off the lot. Seeing this, Alex makes a different choice. Alex rejects the new car and buys a reliable, 5-year-old used car for $15,000, paid for with cash saved up over time. There is no loan and no monthly payment. And what about that $600 a month that would have gone to the bank? Alex now has a new plan for it. A plan to build assets instead of funding depreciation. This single decision not only avoids a massive liability, but frees up a significant amount of capital to start building real wealth. That is the power of rule number 1. That leads us directly to rule number 2, which is about how you make your money work for you. Build passive income pipelines. I want you to imagine a village that needs water. Every day, the villagers carry buckets back and forth from the river. It's hard work, but it gets the job done. This is your job. You trade your time and effort for a paycheck carrying buckets of money to pay your bills. But one villager decides to do something different. Instead of just carrying buckets, she spends an hour every day building a pipeline from the river to the village. It's slow at first, and she has to keep carrying buckets to survive. But eventually, the pipeline is finished. Now, water flows to the village 24/7, whether she's working or not. Her income is no longer tied to her labor. That pipeline is passive income. For most of us, the most accessible and powerful pipeline we can build is through tax-advantaged retirement accounts, like a 401k or an IRA. This isn't some secret Wall Street strategy. It's the primary path used by the wealthy. How do we know? We look at the evidence. According to the largest study of millionaires ever conducted, the National Study of Millionaires by Ramsey Solutions, a staggering 8 out of 10 millionaires said their company 401k was a key to their success. 80%. This wasn't real estate, crypto, or some speculative startup. It was the boring, consistent, automated investment vehicle available to millions of ordinary people. The pipeline is right there, waiting for you to build it. Let's go back to Alex. After wisely avoiding the new car, Alex now has an extra $600 per month. Alex's company offers a fantastic benefit, a 5% 401k match. This means if Alex contributes 5% of their $60,000 salary, which is $3,000 a year, the company will put in another $3,000 for free. It's a 100% return on investment, instantly. But before, because Alex's budget was so tight, they only felt comfortable contributing 2% or $1,200 a year. This meant the company was only putting in $1,200. Alex was leaving $1,800 of free money on the table every single year. The moment Alex freed up that $600 a month, the solution became obvious. Alex logged into their HR portal and increased their 401k contribution from 2% to the full 5%. Yes, this meant an extra $1,800 a year was now coming out of their paycheck, but it immediately netted them an additional $1,800 from their employer. Alex is now investing $6,000 per year into their first wealth pipeline, capturing every single cent of free money offered. The pipeline has started to flow. This brings us to rule number 3, and this is a huge mindset shift for most people. You don't need a high income. You need a high savings rate. For decades, we've been sold the lie that building wealth is about getting a 6-figure job as a doctor, lawyer, or executive. We believe that the size of our paycheck determines our financial destiny, but that is fundamentally wrong. Wealth isn't about how much you earn, it's about the gap between what you earn and what you spend. That gap, expressed as a percentage of your income, is your savings rate. It is the single most important metric for achieving financial independence. A person earning $200,000 a year who spends $190,000 has a 5% savings rate. A person earning $60,000 a year who saves and invests $12,000 has a 20% savings rate. The second person is building wealth 4 times faster, despite earning less than a third of the income. The proof for this is overwhelming. Forget what you see on Instagram. The research from the National Study of Millionaires is clear. 1/3 of them never had a 6-figure household income in any single year. Let me repeat that. 1/3 of millionaires never earned $100,000 in a single year. It was never about the size of the paycheck. It was about the discipline of saving and investing a significant portion of it year after year. This realization was a game changer for Alex. Like many of us, Alex used to think their $60,000 salary was the problem, that it was impossible to get ahead without earning $100,000 or more. This belief was paralyzing. It made the goal feel so distant that it was tempting not to even start. But hearing that data, that 1/3 of millionaires did it on a moderate income, triggered a profound mindset shift. The focus moved from, I need a raise, to, I need to control my spending and investing. Alex decided to calculate their new savings rate. With the full 401k match, Alex was investing $6,000 a year. On a $60,000 gross salary, that's a solid 10% savings rate. But Alex still had the remaining money from that would-be car payment. The $401,000 increase only used up $150 of the new $600 surplus. So Alex decided to invest the other $350 per month, or $4,200 per year, into a Roth IRA. Now, the total investment is $10,200 per year. On a $60,000 salary, that is a 17% savings rate. Suddenly, Alex feels empowered. They are on the path with a strong savings rate, and the goal feels truly attainable for the first time. So if it's not a high income, and it's not a fancy investment, what is it? The single biggest lie about wealth is coming up in rule number 4. Rule number 4 tackles the biggest excuse people use for not starting. Wealth is built, not inherited. This is the ultimate myth that keeps people on the sidelines. We hear phrases like, the rich get richer, and it takes money to make money. And we assume that everyone who is wealthy started with a huge advantage. We picture trust funds, family businesses, and massive inheritances. This belief can be incredibly damaging, creating a sense of hopelessness. It makes us think, why should I even bother? The game is rigged. But what if that entire narrative was a lie? What if the overwhelming majority of wealthy people started from scratch, just like you? This is where we have to ignore the cultural narrative and look at the hard data. Let's kill the biggest myth right now. The idea that you have to be born into money is a lie. The data from the National Study of Millionaires found that 79%, nearly 8 out of 10 millionaires, received zero inheritance whatsoever. And for the 21% who did receive something, the amount was usually small. Only 3% of millionaires received an inheritance of $1 million or more. This means the vast majority of financially successful people in this country are self-made. They built their wealth through discipline, consistent investing, and smart financial habits, not because of an accident of birth. Wealth is not an inheritance. It is a creation. This fact completely reframes Alex's journey. Alex has student loans and no family money to fall back on. Subconsciously, this always created a feeling of being behind in the race. It felt like other people had an insurmountable head start. This disadvantage mindset can be a powerful drag on your motivation. But then Alex is exposed to that statistic. 79% of millionaires received no inheritance. In an instant, everything changes. Alex realizes their situation isn't the exception. It's the norm for people who succeed financially. They aren't starting behind. They are standing at the exact same starting line as 8 out of 10 people who eventually won the race. This simple fact transforms their perspective. The mindset shifts from, I'm behind, to, I'm on the same path as most successful people. It reinforces the most empowering truth of all. Your actions, not your circumstances, will determine your outcome. If this statistic surprised you, type self-made in the comments below. Rules 1 through 4 were about mindset and strategy. Rule number 5 is about mechanics. Automate your wealth engine. Here's a hard truth. Willpower is a finite resource. You can't rely on being motivated and disciplined every single day for the next 30 years. Life gets in the way. You'll have stressful days. You'll be tempted by sales. You'll forget. You'll get busy. The single biggest point of failure in any long-term financial plan is the human element. The key to consistency, therefore, is to remove the need for daily decisions. You have to build a system that works for you, even when you don't feel like it. This is the strategy of pay yourself first, and you achieve it through automation. It's a simple concept. Before you pay your rent, before you buy groceries, before you spend a single dollar on anything else, you pay your future self. And you don't do it manually. You set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your investment accounts. The best time to do this is the day after your paycheck hits. The money is gone before you even have a chance to miss it or spend it. You are treating your savings and investments as the most important bill you have. This isn't about having more willpower. It's about designing a system where willpower is no longer required. Let's bring it back to Alex. Alex has committed to investing an extra $350 per month into a Roth IRA. But there's a worry. What if something comes up? What if they forget to make the transfer or get tempted to spend that money on a weekend trip? Manual investing is inconsistent and highly susceptible to emotional decisions. So, Alex takes the final step to solidify the plan. First, Alex opens a Roth IRA with a low-cost provider like Vanguard or Fidelity. Then, they log in and set up an automatic transfer of $350 to be pulled from their checking account on the first of every month, the day after their main paycheck arrives. That money is then automatically invested into a simple index fund within the Roth IRA. According to the IRS official publications for 2024, you can contribute up to $7,000 per year into a Roth IRA. Alex's automated $350 per month, which comes out to $4,200 per year, is a fantastic start on that journey. Alex's wealth engine is now on autopilot. The system is set. Their wealth will now build every single month without any further action, decision, or application of willpower. The single biggest point of failure, human behavior, has been removed from the equation. Okay, the system is automated. The money is being transferred, but what do you actually buy with it? That's rule number 6. Understand your investment vehicle. The S&P 500. The world of investing can feel incredibly intimidating. There are thousands of stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and cryptocurrencies all screaming for your attention. It's easy to feel like you need to be an expert stock picker or a financial wizard to succeed. This fear also leads to analysis paralysis, where the fear of making the wrong choice causes you to make no choice at all. But the truth is, the simplest option is often the most effective. You don't need to find the next Amazon or Tesla. For the vast majority of long-term investors, a simple, low-cost S&P 500 index fund is one of the most powerful tools available. So what is it? In the simplest terms, when you buy a share of an S&P 500 index fund, you're buying a tiny piece of the 500 largest, most successful public companies in America. You own a piece of Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and 496 other corporate giants. Instead of betting on one company to succeed, you are betting on the American economy as a whole to grow over the long term. It is diversification and simplicity rolled into one powerful investment. Now, it's crucial to understand that past performance doesn't guarantee future results. However, to understand its potential, we can look at its history. According to data from S&P Global and Y-Charts, as of late 2024, the S&P 500 has delivered an average annual return of around 12.5% over the last decade. We will use this historical average to see just how powerful this one simple investment can be. This knowledge is a huge relief for Alex. While the investment plan is automated, the fear of picking the right thing was still there. Analysis paralysis was a real barrier. But then Alex learns that a simple, low-cost S&P 500 index fund like VOO from Vanguard or IVV from iShares is a widely recommended core holding for millions of long-term investors. Alex realizes that by buying this one fund, they are instantly diversified across the entire U.S. economy. This simplifies the entire strategy down to its core elements. Max out the 401k match to get the free money, then automate the rest of the investment savings into an S&P 500 fund within a tax-advantaged Roth IRA. That's it. No complexity, no stress. Alex now has full confidence in a simple, effective, and evidence-based investment strategy, overcoming the fear of doing it wrong. Now that we have the vehicle, I'm going to show you the fuel. Rule number 7 is where we use that 12% number to do some truly life-changing math. And finally, rule number 7. This is the magic that makes all the other rules worthwhile. Let compound growth do the heavy lifting. Albert Einstein supposedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. The concept is simple. Your money earns money, and then the money it earned starts earning its own money. It's a snowball effect. In the beginning, the growth is slow, almost unnoticeable, but over time, it accelerates, creating an exponential curve that can turn modest, consistent investments into extraordinary wealth. Your contributions are the spark, but compound growth is the wildfire that builds your fortune. Let's do the math for Alex. By following these rules, Alex is now consistently investing $10,200 per year or $850 per month. The goal of becoming a millionaire still feels impossibly far away from a $60,000 salary. But this is where the math tells a different story. We'll use a conservative 12% average annual return based on the historical data we just discussed. After 10 years, at age 39, Alex's investments would be worth approximately $198,000. Alex has only contributed $102,000. The rest is growth. Not bad, but the real magic is just beginning. Let's project further. After 20 years, at age 49, that portfolio is projected to be worth approximately $835,000. Now the growth is explosive. The portfolio is earning more in a single year than Alex is contributing. And let's take it all the way to a traditional retirement age. After 31 years, at age 60, Alex's investment portfolio, funded by a $60,000 per year salary, is projected to be worth over $2.5 million. And the most incredible part? Over those 31 years, Alex would have contributed a total of only $316,200 of their own money. The other $2.2 million is pure growth. This is the power of a clear strategy, unwavering consistency, and the unstoppable force of compound growth. Alex now sees a clear mathematical path to becoming a multimillionaire on an average salary. The goal is no longer a dream. It's a projection. So let's recap the 7 rules that can take you from feeling stuck to building a multi-million-dollar future. Rule number 1. Buy assets, not liabilities. Avoid wealth destroyers like new car loans. Rule number 2. Build passive income pipelines. Your 401k is the most powerful tool you have. Rule number 3. Focus on your savings rate, not your income. The gap is what matters. Rule number 4. Remember, wealth is built, not inherited. You're at the same starting line as 8 out of 10 millionaires. Rule number 5. Automate your wealth engine. Remove willpower from the equation. Rule number 6. Use simple, powerful investments like the S&P 500. Don't overcomplicate it. And rule number 7. Let compound growth do the heavy lifting. Time is your greatest ally. This isn't theory. It's an actionable plan. Here are your next steps. Immediate, as in today. Log into your company's HR portal and check your 401k contribution. Are you getting the full employer match? If not, fix it right now. It is the highest guaranteed return you will ever get on your money. Short term. This week, open a Roth IRA with a low-cost provider and set up your first automated transfer. Even if it's just $50, the act of starting is what matters. Long term, this month. Map out your path to a 15% or higher savings rate. What one liability can you cut or reduce to fund your future assets? If you found this data-driven guide valuable and you want more evidence-based strategies to build wealth, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. And finally, share this video with one person in your life who feels stuck financially. You could change their entire future with a single click. This video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. All investment decisions should be made with the help of a qualified professional. The returns cited are historical averages and are not guaranteed.